Hello, my dear students, class 11. Welcome back to your physics class. I am Sourish sir. Today, I'm going to teach you 1D motion or motion in a straight line kinematics. Okay, students, so our today's topic is kinematics. If you divide these two words, then kind means motion and matics means maths. So kinematics means kind means motion and matics means maths. So you can calculate with the help of mathematics the motions of the particles. That's why the chapter name is kinematics. Now, before we're going to start kinematics, first of all, you have to go through some nature of the graphs. So how to draw the graphs, several type of equations given and how to draw graphs. Okay, our first graph y proportional to x. If there is a direct proportion y proportional to x, then you can draw this is your y axis and this is x axis, right? So y proportional to x means it's a direct proportion graph, means you can draw a straight line passing through the origin. It means y is directly proportional to x. And if you draw the slope of the graph represents the constant term m. So m is the physical quantity, means the slope represents the physical quantity m. Suppose you draw for Ohm's law V proportional to I, V equal to Ri. So if you draw V about y axis and I x axis, then the graph will be straight line passing through the origin and the slope represents resistance. Clear? So you can apply this for direct proportion graph. Our next graph, students, suppose a straight line y equal to mx plus c. If there is some constant mx plus c, then you can draw like this. Suppose this is y and this is x. You have to go plus c along y. See, y equal to mx plus c. So this is the value of c about y, and then draw the slope mx. If you draw the slope, it will represent the physical quantity m. Next graph number 3. Now you tell me if there is a negative slope minus mx, then and then plus c. So this is y axis and this is x axis. So you have to draw minus mx. Slope is negative, but here is plus c. So this is plus c about y, right? And then minus mx means the slope will be negative, like this. See, the angle theta is greater than 90. Obtuse angle means slope is negative. Here you can see the slope is positive. Theta less than 90, so it means acute angle, it means positive. Here also theta acute angle, so it means theta, it means positive. Clear? Suppose there is minus c, then you please draw the graph. If y, this is for yours, right, y equal to mx minus c. So if there is minus c, then what about the graph? Please draw it. Next, see, y proportional to x square. You can relate it with this equation s equal to half a t square if u equal to 0. Am I right, student? S equal to ut plus half a t square. So half constant, a acceleration constant. So you know, student, displacement is directly proportional to the square of the time. So this equation is similar to y proportional to x square. So student, this is an acceleration graph. So if you plot y and x, so acceleration graph will be like this. This is your acceleration graph. And you know, student, if you draw for y as displacement and x for time, then the graph of acceleration graph will be like this. Am I right, student? So now if you draw the slope, you can see if this is theta 1 and here if this is theta 2, so you can see theta 2 is greater than theta 1. Am I right, student? So you know, student, here slope increasing. Slope increasing means velocity increasing, and velocity increasing means no doubt it's an acceleration graph, right? Go for the next, number 5. Now y square proportional to x. This type of relation you can see in the time period of a simple pendulum t equal to 2 pi root over of L by G. See, every time I will compare with some real equations where you can use this type of equations in real life, like simple pendulum t equal to 2 pi root over L by G. So it means time period is directly proportional to the length of the thread, effective length of the pendulum. So now, student, you can draw t versus L graph, or this is y, this is x. See, here t square is proportional to L, so here you actually draw t versus L graph, y versus L graph. Then you tell me, what about this graph? How you can draw this graph? See, student, in this case the graph will be like this. It's a retardation graph. Y square proportional to x is a retardation graph. Okay, so if you draw t versus L, this also, this type. Next, see, y proportional to 1 by x. So student, you know, student, you can compare this equation with Boyle's law, P proportional to 1 by V, right? In that case, you can draw the graph. This is y and this is x. Okay, so the graph, the nature of the graph will be rectangular hyperbola. This rectangular hyperbola. In this case, you can draw pressure in y-axis and volume in x-axis, and the graph will be rectangular hyperbola. Now, student, can you tell me, if y proportional to 1 by x square, if y proportional to 1 by x square, then the graph will be more steeper. Suppose you draw y, if the relation is y proportional to x square, like force of gravity is directly proportional to the square of the displacement. In that case, suppose you plot force along y and displacement along r, then the graph will be more steeper than the previous, like this. The graph will be more, it means a proportional to 1 by r square. The graph will be rectangular hyperbola, but it will be more steeper. So student, you can see there is a several type of equation have drawn the graph according to the equations. Now we move to the kinematics real graph problem. Okay, first of all, copy the whole thing, pause the video and copy all the graphs. Okay, next, student, next